Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wear Mighty Things, presented by Wearable Fandom. This is episode number 18, and I am Dustin, your host. It's great to be back with you guys here in the studio. The last couple of episodes have been live, and both of those times with my amazing co-host, John Madigan. What's going on, John? Welcome back.
Dustin, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I am maybe a couple of pounds heavier after Thanksgiving this week. I definitely did not hold back.
Look, the holidays are here. It's going to happen. Your Manjaro's not going to work. You know, I get it. But we're here, episode number 18. You know what that means?
What?
We're legal.
We're
legal. We did it.
That's right. We did it.
We finally did it. We are legal, and we are here. And we're here for another great episode. But I must admit, I'm a little disappointed that I'm not with you in person. I feel like I've gotten a little used to hanging out with you in person now. And it's a little sad to be back on the screens, you know?
Yeah. There's a physical distance between us, but the mental distance is very close, just like in person.
Very close. We're like those Siamese twins. I'm like, we can just telepathically talk to one another. We don't need to actually talk. In everyday life, we don't message. We don't do it. Like, we just talk through our heads. That's right. All we need.
We finish each other's
sandwiches.
Yes, the Frozen reference. Oh,
yes.
And Macy gets the squeak. John's dogs are wrestling around. Well, want to remind everybody that you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and most high-quality audio platforms. Please like and subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications of when we have new content drops. And of course, you can always reach out to us on social media, or you can email us at wearablefandom@gmail.com. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, and we still have a few more podcasts before we close out the year. John, our Buc-ee's visit, we posted a video on Wearable Fandom about our time at Buc-ee's. That was a huge hit. We'll talk just a little bit about that. We're coming into the giving season, so we are going to represent an attitude of gratitude, and we are going to have a tremendous announcement when we get to that part of the cast, the biggest giveaway that we've ever had on the podcast.
By far.
By far. Black Friday, Cyber Monday are coming up, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And, just looking at how we want to close out 2024 with a bang. We've already announced in our previous podcast that we're going to do the top 24 of 2024, and we're going to record that very soon. So we want to encourage people to get their entries in, because there'll be prize giveaways connected with those as well. Oh yes. My gosh. All of that is coming your way in just a few minutes, friends. But before we do that, we got to see what we're wearing. John, what are you wearing, my friend?
First of all, Dustin, breathe. That was a lot you just said. You just went through like la. You just breathe. Take a minute. Relax. It's after all. We can just kind of relax. We can take it. We're 18 now. We can relax and take it easy now, right?
That's
our
right.
whole lives, just kind of talking. Now we can kind of, we can chill a bit.
We can sponge off our parents.
Yeah, I like that idea. There you go. I am wearing the Miami Vice performance hoodie. I love my hoodies, but I think Miami Vice is such a great design. I think Miami Vice is the first original design I ever purchased when I first got introduced to Roosevelt's. My first shirt ever was Step Brothers Road to Catalina, but my first original Roosevelt's design was Miami Vice. So this one, although it's a great design, and especially when you're out on vacation, like if I'm on a cruise or something, I get tons of, like I have the full Kunu tux. I always get tons of compliments on my Miami Vice, but this is just a great design. What are you wearing today, my friend? One that I feel like we've seen you. If I had to take a guess, I feel like you probably have worn this shirt the most on the podcast.
Yes, you're probably right. And I'll explain why. I'm wearing Figure It Out. This is a 2023 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It's all of the 1980s action figures, Star Wars action figures. It's one of my favorite shirts. It also matches great with this blue San Francisco Giants hat. I just love the matchup here. I'm actually leaving to go to Fan Expo San Francisco right after we record this. And so this is actually my gear that I'm going to be wearing at the event. I'm going to record video. I'm going to meet up with a bunch of creators and folks that are there. Hayden Christensen is going to be there. Maybe I'll get an interview, John. Oh. So I'm actually ready to leave to go immediately, and this is what I'm wearing actually out there. So yes,
that's
you are
why
correct.
You wanted to record early.
This is a repeat for me, but over my shoulder here, Mannequin Skywalker is rocking Dogfight, which I picked up
Yes.
at New York Comic Con, and this one I think is going to be what I'm going to wear tomorrow.
How many days is Fan Expo?
It's 3 days, and I missed the first one because I was traveling back.
You were just in Orlando, and you were in Jacksonville with us, and you were in New York, and you've
Yeah,
been
man.
to Hawaii, and you travel. You were on a plane almost as much as you are at home. Like, it's crazy.
It seems like it sometimes, for sure.
You should be on Zoom with me more often,
Okay, well, maybe I can do that in a plane.
or you can be in New York with me. Maybe you need to take more trips to New York.
Yeah, I would love that. I love New York in this time of year in December. Quite nice, cold, chilly. I told you I love that ice sheet that they have over at Bryant Park. I don't know what it is about that. It's not the best thing that you can see in New York during Christmas time, but it is just something I like quite a bit.
Manhattan has so much to offer in terms of holiday decorations and things that are happening only during this couple of months. And Bryant Park is definitely one of them. I mean, so it's not a shocker to me that that's something you love. All the little shops, and I think they play movies, and they have the ice skating rink right there. It's a great
Yeah.
little area, and it's beautiful. And Lord knows I've spent plenty of time there. I haven't seen it again this season, but next time I go to Manhattan, I will definitely look out for that. And I think they're actually lighting the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree this week.
Oh, wow. That's great.
This would be the. Have you seen that in person?
So interestingly, I have. I was actually in New York this time last year. It's funny. I actually went and visited Carnegie Hall. I saw the lighting of the tree, and there's
you were
just a
actually
lot
here
of really
for
great.
the lighting.
Yeah,
I just meant,
was
have you ever
actually
seen
there.
the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree? You were here for the actual lighting.
Yeah, I was there in
That's
New York
amazing.
this time last year we were there.
Did you go knowing it was for lighting?
No, I don't know. I never know. Although one time, my very first trip to New York, this will make you laugh. My very first trip to New York was to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in person. You see the Macy's, and you see all the big balloons and stuff like that. You're like, oh, I want to go see that one day. So I decided to take an extended trip, and I went to Boston, and then I took the train down to Manhattan, and then I got up at like 4 a.m. I went and bought some donuts, and I was going to give donuts away to people just to be a nice person, because I knew we had hours of waiting, trying to find like a good location. And I saw the Macy's parade. That was my very first trip to New York, and I actually have some really great shots of that. I think I took a picture of the street signs, like the corner where I was, but I was right there on the main drag, and I was out there from like 3:30, 4 a.m. until like noon.
Wow.
It was freezing. It's freezing.
Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. So, the truth is, no New Yorker has ever done any of that crap. I'm going to give you and all of our listeners the secret as to how to get around the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and not waste so much time and have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So the day beforehand in Manhattan, we have what's called Balloon Day, because they're not just they need time to blow up all those balloons and the floats and all that stuff. And they actually rent out Central Park. And you can actually just walk down Central Park, and they have all of the balloons and the whole float and everything, all the ride-ons and everything, all lined up. Everything's inflated, and you just walk down the street. You just walk down the whole Central Park, and you can just look, and you can see everything right there. And then you can go home, and like a half hour later, you're done, and you can just go home.
Oh my gosh, that's cheating!
And it's free.
But it's the best kind of cheating.
It's free. Except you don't see Santa Claus at the end, waving.
Yeah.
Santa Claus, he's still at the North Pole, of course.
Of course.
So he doesn't come in. He doesn't fly until that morning. He's got a lot to do. He doesn't fly until that morning. So if you want to see Santa Claus, you got to wait for the, wait for the parade, or he'll be at your local mall. One or the other.
Well, that's a great tip, John. Subsequently, I know now that I don't need to watch the parade in person. Now that I know that there's Balloon Day, I have an alternate plan to be able to see all the cool stuff. So that's a really great tip.
Right, because who wants to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? I don't.
Well, it was part of the experience. It was part of the experience,
I hear you're a tourist. I get it. It's cute.
Yeah, exactly. It's cute.
You're like living in a Tom Hanks movie. It's adorable.
Aw. Speaking of being tourists, one place where we were both tourists was St. Augustine in Jacksonville, which is where we recorded our last episode. And we actually visited the local Buc-ee's there in St. Augustine. We posted a video of all the fun we had there. A lot of insiders were there. But John, man, a lot of people resonated with that video. It seems like people are huge Buc-ee's fans. That video did a lot of views.
I knew people love Buc-ee's I didn't know they love Buc-ee's that much. In fact, it's funny because next weekend I'm going to South Carolina for the first time. Never been. I don't know if you've ever been. You've
Okay.
flown all over. You probably have been South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
I've been to
And
South
I found out
Carolina.
I'm found out I'm only an hour and a half away from Buc-ee's. And I'm trying to convince my family. I'm like, let's take the trip. Let's go.
I'm
Why not?
only an hour and a half away from Buc-ee's.
Away from Buc-ee's.
Man,
Let's go.
That's funny. Yeah.
Let's rent a car. Let's go.
It's a bit of a sell, my friend.
But the problem is you don't eat meat. If you would have had that sandwich, you would have been like, oh, 90 minutes. Duh. Let me get to Buc-ee's.
I get it. No. I 100% get it. 100% get it. Okay. Well, I'm glad we were able to have that experience. I'm glad you got to learn about and eat the best brisket of your life. And hope everybody enjoyed that. We will definitely go back to a Buc-ee's again. Like, I will try some stuff there. I want to get some of that tiger fudge. I'm not going to try the meat, but I'll look for something else.
So, Dustin, obviously, when you think Thanksgiving, you think the big turkey, and although there are sides and, things and whatnot that you can eat, as a person that you can't eat meat, or you choose not to eat meat, what is your go-to Thanksgiving dinner? What is it that you enjoy to have with your family?
Yeah, it's a really great question. And I've been vegetarian for
hard?
quite a while. It's not hard because there's lots of really great sides. You often don't end up with that main meal, but this year this is like the perfect time to ask this question, because this year we did something unique and different that we've never done before. And we were watching videos and just happened by algorithm to see vegan turkey or chicken or stuff like that. Something that's really important for people to understand, that while I'm vegetarian, I don't like tofu. So when you say tofurkey, I'm like, I don't want no tofurkey.
Yeah.
I don't really like tofu at all. So tofurkey has never been like a meal for me. But this year we found this thing called a celebration roast. It's called a celebration roast. And it's something, it looks kind of like a pot roast, like a pork roast. And you basically cook it, and it's made out of seitan, which is kind of like wheat and a bunch of other kind of ingredients. And then when you slice into it, it kind of slices like meatloaf. It's super salty. And it comes with this mushroom gravy. It's like this little packet of powder, and you're just like, add water to this and it will become mushroom gravy.
Oh, dear Lord.
And I'm like, okay. So we tried it. It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good.
That's the best review. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was just because something's not bad does not mean that it's good.
That is 100% true. Just like this podcast. But the point being is that we tried something different. It tasted like Salisbury steak, to be honest. Like, that's exactly what it reminded me of. And it was very salty, but it was not bad. Like, not bad, meaning I would encourage people to give it a try. I wouldn't put it on my top 5 meals of my life.
You would encourage people to get rid of their turkey and try this vegan thing.
No, you don't. You don't need it. You see, the thing is, most people eat turkey on subs and then at Thanksgiving. This you can try any time of year, right? So I'm just like, if you want to try it just to say that you did, go find it. You can find it at Whole Foods. You can find it at grocery stores, and give it a try and tell us what you think about it.
Lord knows Dustin has spent enough time trying things just so he can say he did.
That is true. I will do a lot for a good story. Now, as we're wrapping up the end of 2024, John, we are going to begin our attitude of gratitude.
You and I have been holding on to some secrets.
We've definitely been holding on to some secrets, and now it's time to let at least a couple of those secrets out, right? And so as we begin,
it's been fun. And I'm not usually a good secret holder. I like let's just spill it all. I'm like, let's just do it. And like, I'm kind of excited. Like, oh, we get to say some shit. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to be saying some stuff. And so, as part of our
he won't match
last, what's that?
Can you just say some shit? Why'd you have to say some stuff? Match me.
Say some shit. Oh yeah, you want me to say shit? Is that what you want to hear?
You're like, we're gonna say some stuff, John. I want you to match my energy.
You want me to match your language is what you really want.
Match my language, please.
All right.
Be a New Yorker.
Be a New
I'm
Yorker.
walking over.
Hey, I'm cool. I'm cursing over here. I'm
cursing
over here.
I'm creeping over here.
I'm creeping over here. Yeah. So we're gonna say some shit. We're gonna say some shit here, and but we're going to frame this in the attitude of gratitude, and that's really the right mindset that we want to take. And a lot of things have happened this year to the Roosevelt's community. We've spent a lot of great time together. We've worn some great shirts. We've been to some really fun times and enjoyed each other's companies. And we've also had some bad times, and we've lost folks. And so when we think about like what we're grateful for, it's the right time. And we're going to just adopt this attitude of gratitude. As part of that, one of the secrets that we've been holding on to, John, and it's not a super duper secret. I think I told a few people in Jacksonville about it, or I showed them some photos of it. But we are going to
after
have
a few too many drinks.
Maybe, perhaps, mayhaps. So we are going to do a giveaway, and it's going to be kind of like a raffle, and the details will come after the podcast. So what's most important right now is that you become aware of this and that you take the immediate first step actions in order to participate. But on my right here, John, is one of the very few MCO florals from MegaCon this year. And you can see this is legit, right? Let me just bring up the tag here so you can see that this is one of the florals.
This is not Party Puffin, you mean? This is not...
This is not. Nope, these are Roosevelt's. This was one of the shirts that was... This was slated to be sold at MegaCon earlier this year when you and I met in person for the first time, the birth of this podcast. Yeah. And due to some legal cease and desist challenges from the Orlando International Airport, the Roosevelt's was blocked from being able to sell these. At the Outpost at New York Comic Con, we were looking around, and I actually found one. And this is a size large. And I think I don't think they made women's cuts for these, but this is a size large. It's a super rare shirt. It's one of 3 that I know that are in the hands of insiders. And we're going to give this away, John. We are going to give this away to a lucky raffle participant. And we're going to use this opportunity with an attitude of gratitude to raise money for the Stephen Gebhardt Endowment. And so, in memory of Steve and continued hope that his legacy will serve as an inspiration for future entrepreneurial students at Seton Hall, we're going to use this to raise some funds. So the details of what do you need to do in the short term? Well, you need to make sure that you're following us across Facebook, across Instagram, and of course here on YouTube. We will post the particular details of the giveaway. And what we're going to ask you to do essentially is to make donations to the Gebhardt Endowment and then just let us know. And each figure that you donate is actually going to count as an entry towards you winning the raffle. We're going to let this run for a few weeks so that we can accumulate a bunch of funds. So be on the lookout this next week on our socials, and you'll find all the details that you need. Those will be released and announced through Instagram, where we are Wearable Fandom, on YouTube, where we are also Wearable Fandom, and on Facebook, we are Wearable Fandom, or you can look under the podcast site, Wear Mighty Things. You'll see us individually there. So I'm super excited. I hope we can push to raise some additional funds here for the Gebhardt Endowment before the end of the year, get somebody a great rare shirt. I mean, honestly, I only know of 3 of them, and it's funny, John. At one time, I actually had 2 of the 3 in my personal possession.
You took a picture. You sent me a picture, and I think I had just woken up from like either a nap or it was like first thing in the morning. And I woke up and I saw you had 2 of them, and I was like, what in the world did he do? I was like, what? Yeah. It was like, what's that? Like, they're multiplying. I'm like, what the hell?
No, they weren't multiplying. I actually traded, and the person who I traded with wanted me to use a very specific box and a specific packing method. So they said, look, I'll send you mine. Just use the same box and send it back to me.
And you didn't just block him.
I mean, where am I going to run? There's only 3 of these in the community. It's not like I can run anywhere. So I traded my size medium for his large, which I think will be a little bit more of an accessible size. And hey, you know what? If you don't fit in large, you can use this to probably get almost any other Roosevelt shirt that you want, right? So if you missed out on those drop zones, if you want to get a Sid's party, if you want to get a toy box, I'm sure that this gets you either tradable to or in the zone of. So we're hopefully going to make some people's dreams come true, and also some future entrepreneurial students' dreams come true as well. So please support us. Follow us on all those socials: Instagram, Wearable Fandom; YouTube, Wearable Fandom; or Facebook, Wearable Fandom and Facebook, I should say. Follow across all three, and you'll be the first to know, so you can start making some donations and getting credit towards those entries into the raffle. I'm super excited about this, John. We've been holding on to a lot of these different secrets, and so I'm really thrilled that we're having the opportunity to do this, and I'm excited because now it becomes a community event for us to make another push for more funds to go into the Gebhardt Endowment, and it just feels good. It's an attitude of gratitude.
Some people's heads are definitely going to spin with this announcement, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see because a couple of people have known here and there, but like majority of people have no clue that we've had this, and the fact that we're doing this, we're raffling it off, the chance to win it is yours. I think is so exciting, and we have more surprises coming. We have more things. We have more things on the way.
It's funny because when we get to the end of the cast, when we close out 2024 with a bang, I will talk a little bit about a couple more secrets we're going to release here, John. The next topic, John, we have here is about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Just yesterday, the Roosevelts released 3 different drop zones on Black Friday, all blackouts, which was pretty crazy. What'd you think about the drop zones?
Well, I mean, before I want to even say that, is great job on the Wearable Fandom video. Wearable Fandom came out with a video showing all the different Black Friday exclusives and drops and good deals that are happening across the internet. I made sure I watched that, and I just want to say I think you did a great job on that. And hopefully you were able to pick up some gifts for your loved ones and your best friends and your favorite co-host. And,
yeah. It.
Just saying. Hopefully, I think you did a great job on that. I just want to make sure you knew that. I think.
Thank you.
You do. I always enjoy the content you create, man. You do really fun, really good. I don't know if educational is the right word. I mean, I want to say that you do your research. You definitely scour the internet. You do your research, and you do a good job.
Thank you. First up at 12 noon, high noon, they had. Tiger style. Is that a previously released shirt? Because I don't recognize that shirt.
Well, it was a bamboo originally, and then they re-released it as a drop zone Kuno.
I like this shirt a lot. I think the blackout looked great.
I was happy with the design. I think the design looks slick, and I think the design's even going to look even better in person. I think it's going to be a whale for some people in the future. And I got to say, I think I like these blacked out versions than compared to last year's. I think this is a better Black Friday exclusives than the ones that came out last year.
That was great. I grabbed one. Next up, they actually brought back another favorite, which was Ghost Palms, if I recall correctly.
Palms, yes, which is now Ghost the third iteration of Ghost Palms. This will be the third color of Ghost Palms.
Yeah,
which is and which you had said, you would message me. You're like, these are both Wu-Tang references.
Yes, they were. Yeah, Tiger style.
Let's do
Tiger style.
Shout out to John T for being a real one.
What'd you think? What'd you think of the hoodie, the performance hoodie for Ghost?
I love the hoodie, and I'm upset to say this, but I swung and I miss. I went to go do it, and the app, first time it ever happened to me, app kind of glitched out, and it asked me to re-sign in for some reason, and by the time I did, and it was gone. That was it.
Oh man,
that was all she wrote, folks. So what are you gonna do? It happens.
Yeah,
you win some, you lose some, and were you able to secure a hoodie?
I got the Tiger style. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna clear out and let other people get into those.
Did you notice I didn't go on Insiders though and make a long rant and complaint?
No, I didn't notice because I was busy. I was busy driving. Probably, I was driving back.
I see. It was a crazy day to be a Roosevelt's insider.
There was a third drop zone. It wasn't exactly a drop zone.
It wasn't a drop zone. This was actually an early release. So they had a small stock set aside. This is going to get a full release in fall 2025. This is a all black variant of the brand new heavy duty jacket.
Yes.
Now, which I thought looked kind of slick. What did you think?
I liked it. You know, it was funny is because I tend to wear a lot of jackets that are black. I wear hoodies that are black. You saw my Discord hoodie that I was wearing in Jacksonville, and a lot of jackets I wear are black. I kind of wished briefly that this was a black denim jacket. That's sort of what I was hoping for. But the fact that it was a heavy shirt like the Yellowstone drops from last year looked good. I didn't buy one. I didn't sign up for one, but I'm probably going to be interested in it. I just that heavy shirt doesn't exactly fit for me in terms of like what I like to wear. I need to get layers off basically, right? So if I'm walking around outside here in San Francisco, I need a hoodie because you get a little bit of a chill, or maybe you need a puffer. But then you get inside, you take it off. Well, a heavy duty jacket is great if you're going to be outdoors a lot, but if you're going into just going between, you don't want to wear a heavy, hot, warm jacket. So that's why I passed. Not
Yeah,
because I didn't like how it looked. I thought it was great. I was just like, when am I going to wear this? That's a question I think most insiders should think more often before they buy. When am I going to actually wear
and
this?
and guys, keep in mind now that we're 18, Dustin can talk about taking off all the layers he wants. Now, I thought this was very interesting. Now, now if you remember correctly, so it was late last year, where we got the first heavy duty shirt jacket, the
Yeah.
gray variant. And then just a couple of weeks ago, we got the new colors of that. We got a restock of the gray, and we got a couple of different color variants of that. Now, this is where my mind went, and I thought it was very interesting. So we got the same heavy duty jacket this year. We got a restock of the gray and a couple of different colors, and I thought those looked great. I thought those looked nice. But what this said to me, though, was the fact that now we know we're getting the black next year, fall to 2025. It's the same heavy duty jacket, which means to me that at least we know now for another year we're not going to get a different variant of the heavy duty. This is going to be the same heavy duty jacket next year, just maybe a couple of different color options. And I thought that was I thought by next year we would have gotten another variant of, not that I'm even saying that it needs anything to be changed, because I have a heavy duty jacket and I love it. I think it's really warm. I think it's very comfortable. The sizing is great on it. I really don't have complaints on it, but I guess I thought it was very interesting that next year will be 3 years since we've gotten the variation of this jacket, and we won't be seeing. At least we know we won't be seeing any changes of that, because I don't think they would be coming out with a black version in fall of 2025. At least really being released that right now, where it's going to be the same jacket. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
We're going to see the same next year. We're going to see the same one, um, just in different colors.
Yeah, it makes sense. I
Again,
mean, this is an advanced look on something that they want to mainstream. This one might be a little bit different once the wide release is available, but it's nice to be able to see where they're trying to drive. We'll
no,
see
and
some
I
good
liked it
stuff.
too. And maybe I didn't buy one right now because I still have my heavy duty jacket from last year, and that works and is great and whatnot. But maybe by fall
Yeah,
2025, when it gets the full release, and it's like, I've had this jacket for a couple of years now, maybe I'll swap it out for the black one. I thought by next year we would have gotten a new variation of like something that looks different. A heavy
mm.
duty shirt jacket 2.0, as if you would.
Oh, I see. I
Um,
see. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say. I'm saying if we're going based off of, okay, well, they already have one planned for fall 2025. To me, that says that we're not going to get heavy duty shirt jacket 2.0 by next year. We're going to
yeah.
get more color variations next year, maybe different color variations than what we got this year, but it's not going to be the same. That's kind of what. And I guess I was a little disappointed in that. I would have thought by next year we would have gotten heavy duty shirt jacket 2.0.
I see. It does pave the way for there to be an evolution on the denim jacket, though. Like we could see more color variations of the denim jacket. We could see evolutions of that, like slightly different designs. Before we move on to closing out 2024 with a bang, it's been a little while since we actually were able to talk about some of the big releases that have happened, and a few very large fandom releases came along since we last spoke. I think we were both very excited about was the idea of Peanuts holiday stuff.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
wanted to just spend a few minutes talking about Peanut stuff, and I also want to talk about the Moana release that just dropped this week. What was your reaction to the Peanut stuff that we saw that came out for the holidays?
So very happy that we got a Peanuts holiday release. I was hoping for something a little bit more Christmassy. Truth be
Hmm.
told, this felt more like a winter release. I mean, so I can't lie and say I was a little let down in that. I love the Peanut stuff we got. I love that we got the Snoopy hoodie, which I can't remember the last time we got a Kunu and a hoodie that side by side, because we had the Kunu release of that Peanuts drop with the Thanksgiving. Yeah, the Thanksgiving
Right.
release, and then now with this, we all of a sudden got the. So they had that lined and ready to go.
Right.
That they had that ready. Typically there's some time and there's some space and release to that. So I was really happy, and that to me is a hoodie that you can wear anytime. You can wear that Flying Ace hoodie
I love
anytime.
it.
So I thought that was really good. The season's griefings I thought was really cute, and the snow cool. Even though I'm not big on white shirts, just because those are easily dirty. And just from a pure design standpoint, snow cool was really cool. Keeping it cozy is not really my that's not a John shirt. That's not one for I can respect it because it's Peanuts, but it's definitely not a John design. Um, what did you think, my friend? Were you happy with what you got, or were you kind of hoping for more of a Christmas vibe, like me?
It's a really interesting conundrum because when I look back at some of the shirts that I have in my closet that I don't wear so often, it's because they are very surgical in their application, meaning it is a shirt I can wear very specifically on Christmas Day or during some very specific holiday. So I agree with you. I was hoping that it was going to be a little bit more themed against Charlie Brown Christmas, and we are going to see some nods or echoes back. But in terms of being a garment or design that I'd be interested to wear, I can get probably 3 or 4 wears of those designs. The snow cool or the season's griefing or keeping it cozy. I could wear those from October all the way through to perhaps the end of the year. So I've got 2 full months of possibly being able to wear those shirts versus like having one specific day where like, well, this is my Christmas shirt or this is my Christmas week shirt. I like that they broadened the applicability of the shirt, but I definitely was hoping for a few more very specific echoes. Like we had talked about the idea of seeing the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and we did see that on the snow cool. Like there is actually in the lower design, or you can see Woodstock sort of sitting on a tree, but it's not the
Yes,
tree, right? It's a
it's not
tree.
the tree.
Yeah, it's not the tree. It's not the tree. So,
But which, by
let,
the way, did you put up your Charlie Brown Christmas tree? You told me
not
you
yet.
have
In
one.
fact, that's going up
Oh,
this weekend. Yeah, and I'll send you some pictures of that. But yes, we do have the Charlie
please,
Brown Christmas tree.
please do, because I really got a kick out of knowing that you have a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I thought that was like, I was like, this was meant to be. This little podcast, that we have. I'm like, the fact that my co-host has a Charlie Brown. I'm like, this was meant to be. This was we got the right team going here. I'm like, that's
We got
that's
the right
exactly
team.
the kind of guy who I want to do a podcast with. I'm like, I absolutely love that.
Yeah. Now let's shift gears and jump over. So Moana 2 is coming out this week or has already been out. We've seen reviews from
It is
people,
out.
and Moana it was very interesting. John and I are in a few different groups with people who are talking constantly, insiders who are talking about reacting to the drops and releases. And one of the things that people tend to do is when they see the first model in the new drop info, whether it's the app screen or just an email that gets sent out tomorrow, drop name, right? They'll have a reaction to the first shirt because we'll see one of the designs. And sometimes
Yeah.
people will decide that the whole drop is going to suck because the models, they think, well, they're showing us their best, and so that means everything after this is not going to be so good. In the case of the new Moana drops, that actually turned out not to be the case. What did you think, and what was your reaction to those shirts that we saw this week?
Fantastic drop, for Moana. We got 5 new shirts. Yeah, 5 new
Yes,
shirts, and we also got ladies cuts and preschool and youth, which is great. I love that we're seeing more and more with the Disney drops. I feel like this
yes,
is a couple of times now because we were missing youth with the Disney drops for a while, and we don't really know why. Steve had said that was a Disney thing. Though that was an issue with Disney licensing. So I not that I can remember exactly which drop, but I feel like now we've seen a couple of Disney drops now with the youth on it. I'm kind of happy to see that we're going in that direction. And I think it's really interesting to see, and we don't always get this, but within this drop, we got one limited edition shirt.
Yeah.
This was the Ocean Tapestry, and there seems to be a lot of conflict when it comes to people's opinions when it comes to this shirt. Dustin, what did you think? Was this a Dustin shirt?
I love Moana. I was excited to see this shirt. I wasn't quite sure how to react to the design because it is not a typical Roosevelt's design, and,
It is
and
not. No,
it doesn't have a pocket. This is like the
it does
one of the
not.
first Roosevelt shirts that I've seen. It doesn't have a pocket, and it doesn't have a visible Roosevelt's marker, at least that I could see on the design based on what's on the website. As far as the design and some of the ideas that are kind of included here, I'd have to do some research because what this looks like is some woodblock carving designs that then are inked and then pressed like onto fabric. I know that's not how Roosevelt's makes these, but if you were to think about how would a shirt like this have previously been designed and then made, and uh, overall, I think it looks quite keen and exciting, but nothing particularly triggering to me. But what was the concern that you heard?
I saw a couple of variations of the comment of you idiots. People took Roosevelt's ugliest looking shirt, slapped limited edition on it so you would buy it, and you guys sold it out.
We see a lot of content every week, every month, every year, and it's coming from a core group of designers. And so there are certain shirts that you can probably go, oh, that might be an Ian Glaubinger shirt. That might be a Josh Campbell shirt. That might be a insert name shirt. This shirt looks nothing like any other Roosevelt shirt that I've ever seen before. I think this is actually a very big departure and that this shirt should be celebrated, not the fact that it's limited. It might be because they didn't know if people were going to react well to a shirt without a pocket, or maybe they thought it was a risky design, so they just said, you know what, we're going to go a little light on these and just see how it goes. I thought it was a really cool design. I think we should be celebrating this type of creativity, even if it's not something that we want to buy ourselves.
I would like to know more about the artists that design Roosevelt shirts. In fact, I think it would be really interesting if, and I understand why there's reasons why they can't do this, but I would love if there was like an artist section of you can sort by artist. And if you wanted to just see shirts made by a certain artist, you can go on the Roosevelt's website and click on that artist's name and get to look at all their shirts.
Yeah.
Um, and I would like to see that explored more because oftentimes we see a bunch of Roosevelt's artists involved within the insiders community, and they're one of us, they're part of us, and I think it's awesome. I think they should be celebrated. But I would love to know, like, if there's a certain style of shirt I like. I mean, we can go online, we can post, people can find things out. There are some people a lot more involved within that world and that community, that can help us figure out the answer. But if there's a certain artist I notice, I'm like, I like the way that their shirts are. I'm like, I noticed, I like these three shirts and they're all by the same artist. I like to buy more or support more of that artist. I would like to see more of that going forward in the Roosevelt's community. Art is, regardless if you're wearing it or you're putting it on your wall or whatever the situation might be, like art is art, art is special. And it's a good thing to celebrate artists.
I agree with you, and well said. I think we should be celebrating these types of designs more. Just want to remind everybody before we shut down the podcast for today that we are closing out 2024 with a bang. We've already announced that we're doing the top 24 of 2024, which will be a dedicated show. We might actually have some special guests come on to join us and help us with the releasing, but we want to get
surprises,
input.
huh?
More surprises. We want to get input from the community. So please send us the best items that you have found from the Roosevelts throughout the year. Could be anything up to present date, right? Even things you could put those Moana shirts on there if you want. But just the best stuff that you've seen. Could be anything. Could be pins, could be patches, could be whatever you like. And send it to wearablefandom@gmail.com. And we're going to make a list. We're going to announce that, and we will do a countdown to the top 24 of 2024. And if you were the one of the people who submitted a particular item, you can be entered into a drawing to win some additional surprises and prizes. And I will show you one of the example prizes that I have right here. So this is
what is that, Mr. Klingman?
This is a sealed is the wrong word, but it is a wrapped sealed. Yeah. This is wrapped in Trapper Keeper Roosevelt's wrapping paper, which is actually really good wrapping paper, by the way. And this is a men's 4X, and it feels like there's at least 2, maybe 3 shirts in here, 3 kunus. We don't know what's in here. I haven't unwrapped them. These were actually part of the giveaways at the annual pool party that's held in New Jersey every year. So we've been holding on to these secrets since July. And now it's time. Now it's time to make them available. So we're going to see about giving a few of these out. I don't know what's in them. There could be some. There could be a Ninja Hops in here. I have no idea what's in here.
There could be anything in there.
Could be anything.
No clue.
Yeah, and so we have several of these. So we'll be giving these away to people who are entered in. And the way you get entered is send in your best items of 2024. In other words, give your opinion, which I know all the insiders listening to this have, and send those to us by email. and you're entered. That's all you got to do. And then we'll draw names when we announce them, and you'll be the winner. And so maybe you'll get something extra special under the tree just in time for the holidays. So hopefully folks will take advantage of that. Now, as we wrap up, John, any final thoughts that you want to share with folks before we say goodbye?
I just want to say that I've gone to more meetups and more events and whatnot than this year than I have any other year being a part of Roosevelt's. And it has just been absolutely awesome to not only meet Dustin, but meet so many cool insiders, make so many new friends and be part of it. And I just want to say, I think insiders in this community is the absolute best. And I feel super lucky, blessed, and fortunate to be amongst you people. And I can't wait. I hope 2025, let's do it big. Let's just keep it going. And I just love seeing people. And I miss you all and I love you all. That's all I want to say, man. What about you?
Well, I just hope everybody is healthy and safe and able to spend time with their friends and loved ones, and look forward to the times that we'll be back together. I'm looking forward to a great holiday season, some rest, relaxation, and really just sharing more wearable fandom with everybody. So thanks everybody for watching and listening. Want to remind you to like and subscribe. And, the last couple of times we've done this, we've been perfectly in sync, John, but let's see if we can do it now. From in 3 sync.
Did you do that on purpose for me?
No, I didn't.
In sync. Because I love in sync.
Well, all right, let's say baby bye. And until next time, wear mighty things. So long.